There is basketball fever across the country with the Toronto Raptors playoff run. But basketball goes well beyond the NBA in this country. It's played at many different levels in many different places, including Burnaby, where a university tournament has brought hundreds of First Nations players together. For many of them, basketball has been the key to a better life. The CBC's Camille Karamali has the story.
They start off young, and before they know it, basketball has become an integral part of life. Just ask 9-year-old Mike Kelly Kalakukavale from the Ahousaht First Nation.
Where we live, it's our all sport. We play all the time in Ahousaht.
32 teams, as many as 300 players from BC, Alberta, and Washington State going head-to-head for the second-ever SFU Native Basketball Festival.
There's kind of a older old-timers division, adult division, youth division, and co-ed division.
For most people, basketball is just a sport, but for many of the First Nations youth at this tournament, it's a gateway to a better life and a more promising future. The problems at many Canadian First Nations reserves have been well documented. Alcoholism, drug abuse, violence, and most recently a slew of suicide attempts in the Ottawapiskat First Nations Reserve in Northern Ontario. Far away from it all here in Burnaby, these First Nations youth say the issues hit close to home, having seen it themselves on their own reserves.
There's only like two choices. There's either like drugs, alcohol, which is like that for a lot of people, but I chose basketball, and it brought me here, and it's keeping me clean.
That story repeated over and over, with each player taking to the court. Anna Atleo says she too had a rough upbringing.
I grew up with my aunt and uncle. I was taken away from my parents as a young age just because of their drinking. Just a minute, sorry. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. Yeah, basketball is just a big part of our communities, and if I didn't have it, I probably would be doing the same thing, doing a lot of drinking.
Now, Atleo is trying to pass on the passion for the sport to the next generation of First Nations youth in hopes they too will be able to face their problems head on and find a way to bounce back. Camille Karamali, CBC News, Burnaby.